นมัสการเจ้าค่ะ
กำลังรอ Facebook Live อยู่ไลฟ์หรือยัง Facebook
Okay, we are live now.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Look at the wrong page. Okay. Here we go. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our DhammaTalk, Dhamma discussion. We'll go to the first person, Anuraji from New Zealand. How are you?
Hi, good evening, Tangajan. How are you? So how's your vaccination? Good to see you having the vaccination.
Do you have any question today?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Oh, yeah. Tangajan, in the meditation, when I look at the breathing, and if I continue with the meditation, at one point I get a feeling that at some point the breath is very subtle and very difficult to identify starting or ending point. So in that situation, what should I do? So should I, because it's difficult to pinpoint or look at the breath.
Just
So
keep watching at the same point, at the nostril or the tip of the nose. Whether you can feel it or not, just keep it there. Don't go away from that point. Sometimes the breath might be hard to catch. Just know for what it is. But just concentrate on the same point if it's possible. And don't try to look for the breath. Don't search. Don't think. Just keep focusing on that point. If there's nothing to watch, just watch the emptiness. Can you do that?
Oh, yeah. So that means physical location.
Yeah. At the same point where you started, don't move away. And just watch and just acknowledge whether there's breath or no breath. Whether it's hard to feel the breath. Just know and don't go away from that point.
Yeah.
And see how it works.
Okay.
We want to establish the knowing. The mind just merely know. We don't want it to think or we don't want it to move around. We want it to stay fixed at one point.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry about the breath.
Yeah.
If it's subtle, just know that it is subtle. If it's hard to see, just know that it is hard to see. But stay there. It's there, but you might not be able to see it, to feel it. But you're breathing all the time, like right now. You know.
Yeah.
Just stay put. Just stay put. Don't go anywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Tangajan.
All right. Sajal Kha from Silver Spring, Maryland. Greetings.
Can you hear me, Ajahn?
Very loud and clear. Very loud and clear.
Okay. I have a question which has two parts. That how does one attain stream entry, and how does it bring to the Buddha's teaching in the next life?
The second part, what did you say in the Buddha's life?
That's the second. The first part is that how does one attain stream entry, and having attained stream entry in this lifetime, does it bring that person back to Buddha's teaching in the next lifetime?
Okay. Well, let me answer the second question first. Yes, once you become a Sotapanna, you have established the Four Noble Truths in your mind. Or you have seen the Four Noble Truths in your mind, working all the time. So you will know that whenever you go, you will know that your problem is in your defilement, your cravings. And the way to get rid of your craving is to have wisdom, to see anicca, dukkha, anatta in the objects of your cravings. So yes, he would no longer need to run into Buddhism in the next life. He could continue on with his work. He's got the roadmap, let's put it that way, inside his mind. So he never loses it. So he doesn't need the roadmap from Buddhism in the next lifetime. So he can continue on his journey until he reaches Nibbana. And to get into stream enterer, you need to develop a pure precept, perfect precept, as much as possible. Keep the precept, especially the 8, or more than that, the 10 or 227 precept. This will allow you to have lots of time to meditate, to get into jhana, to get to equanimity. Once you have equanimity all the time, then you will tackle the defilements of what we call the fetters, the 10 fetters, which block a person from attaining enlightenment. So he has to get rid of the first 3 fetters, that of Sakkaya Ditthi, wrong view, seeing the body as a self, for instance, the 5 khandha as a self, as being a self. And in fact, it's anicca, dukkha, anatta, the 5 khandhas. When you practice, you will eventually see the dukkha arising from your misperception, because when you think the body and the 5 khandha is you cling to it, and when you have to lose it, you will have dukkha, because you have the desire not to lose your 5 khandha, because you think it is you. So you see the dukkha arising in your mind from your cravings of the 5 khandhas. So you see with wisdom that the 5 khandhas, according to the Buddha's teaching, is anicca, dukkha, anatta. So when you see that the 5 khandha is not a self, and you see that the dukkha arises from in your mind is because of your delusion to think that the body is yourself, the 5 khandha is yourself, and you want to keep the 5 khandhas forever. When the khandha is gonna die, the body is gonna die, then you have dukkha because you don't want it to die. That's the craving. But you know that you cannot stop the body from dying. So you let go of your cravings, accept the truth, then the dukkha disappears from your mind. So you become enlightened. You see the working of the Four Noble Truths in your mind in real time. Once you see the truth taught by the Buddha, the Four Noble Truths, then you have no doubt in the Buddha or in his teaching or in the noble disciple, whether they exist or not, they are real or not. So no doubt regarding the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And you also have no doubt on the efficacy of keeping the precepts, because you see the law of karma inside your mind. When you do bad thing, your mind it gets hurt. If you do bad karma, your mind gets hurt. If you do good karma, you might get good feeling. So you will never do any bad karma. You will never make any precepts. So this is Sila Patta Paramasa. Okay, so you have to. The goal is to get rid of your attachment or the wrong view of the five khandhas. There's no self in the five khandhas. The body is just a combination of the four elements, which are natural phenomena. And the nama khandhas, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana are also mental phenomena. There's no self in them. Vedana, feeling, it just appear according to conditions. Sankhara, thinking, it just think, nobody think, it's just thinking. Perception, it's just perceiving, it's nobody perceiving. Vijnana, knowing the five sensual objects. There's just ability for vijnana to be able to know the five sensual objects through the connection of the five sensual organs. So these are all natural phenomena, like the moon and the sun, the rain, the wind. No self behind these natural phenomena. They are anicca, they are constantly changing. They are anatta, no self. They are like the weather. The wind, the rain, the sun, they keep changing. So you leave them alone. You don't want to control them. You learn to live with them, especially the three feelings: good feeling, bad feeling, and neutral feeling. You don't want to manage, because when you manage, you can get dukkha when you cannot manage it. But we want to manage feelings. We always want good feelings. When there's bad feeling, we want to get rid of it. When we cannot get rid of it, we have dukkha. But if you just leave them alone, let good feeling arise and cease, let bad feeling arise and cease, let neutral feeling arise and cease. Don't manage them, don't handle them. Just be aware of them. And there will be no dukkha in your mind. Okay.
But is it possible to do this without being a monk?
Yeah, but do you have the time? That's a problem. You need all the time, 24 hours a day, to develop jhana. You need the time to be alone, to be away from the five sensual objects, which keep blocking your mind from entering into jhana. Okay. Once you have jhana, then you can study the five khandhas and put the five khandhas to test, like exposing danger to the body, to see how the mind reacts, whether the mind see the truth that the body is not the mind. Will the mind be affected by whatever happens to the body or not? Because the body will keep changing. Eventually, it will die. Can the mind leave the body alone? The mind still wants to cling to the body. If the mind cling to the body, there'll be dukkha. There'll be stress, anxiety, and suffering for the mind. But if the mind just let go of the body and let it be, then there will be no dukkha in the mind. Same way with the painful feelings. Can you leave the painful feelings alone? Don't try to manage it. If you have equanimity and if you have the knowledge from the Buddha that painful feeling is anatta, a natural phenomenon, a mental phenomenon that rise and cease due to conditions beyond our control, then we just have to learn to live with it. When you can live with it and not feeling any dukkha, then you have get rid of your attachment to the five khandhas, the body and the painful feeling. And the result from this, it also helps you to get rid of the other two fetters. The two fetters arise from your the doubt in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha will no longer exist because you see the Dhamma working in real time in your mind, the Four Noble Truths. So you know the one who teaches this is also real. And the one who can see this truth is the noble disciple, which is you. So there is no doubt in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And there's no doubt in the importance of keeping the precept or not abstaining from doing bad karma. Because you can see in your mind when you do bad karma, it hurts your mind. You're creating dukkha in your mind. So you never want to do any bad karma anymore from that point onward. If you're feeling bad, you deal with your feeling by getting rid of your desire, not by going to kill somebody or steal something from somebody. Okay? So this go with the mind. After the body dies, Sotapanna will never become an ordinary sentient being anymore. He will remain a Sotapanna. And he can only go up higher because he knows what he has to tackle, the other remaining fetters, which will appear in the mind, creating dukkha for the mind, like the sensual desire or sexual desire. Every time it appears, it can cause the mind to be restless and agitated. So he knows that this sexual desire has to be get rid of in order to bring peace of mind. So you will then use the asukha because by looking at the good looking parts of the body creates this sexual desire. So if he sees the opposite, then this sexual desire will then be eliminated. Okay.
Okay.
So the remaining fetters will create dukkha for the mind, and the mind will know that the mind has to get rid of this by using the anicca, dukkha, anatta, because everything that the mind has issue with, they are all anicca, dukkha, anatta. But we don't see that as such. We see as something we can deal with, something we can manage, something we can get control of. But in fact, we cannot control anything in the end. All right?
All right. Thank you, Dhanajan.
Okay. Next, Kek Yen So from Penang.
Dhanajan. Dhanajan, I have one question. Recently Malaysia got a lot of COVID cases and many people passed away, some of them including our friends, relatives. So as a Buddhist, is there anything we can do besides doing dana and chanting, transferring merits to them? Because
You should worry about them. You should worry about yourself. Get rid of your suffering. Get rid of your dukkha by getting rid of your cravings. Other people, they have to rely on themselves. Attahi atano nato. Only thing you can teach is tell them is to follow the Buddha's teaching. If they don't want to do it, there's nothing you can do anything for them. The merit you pass on, when every time you do dana, is very minimal, almost negligible, really. Just a brief, what you call remedy, very very brief. It doesn't really solve the real problem. But you can dedicate this merit, but it's not enough really. What they need to do is to study the Buddha's teaching and follow his teaching to stop rebirth. That's the main issue here, is to stop rebirth. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Anajan.
So if you still cannot stop your rebirth, don't worry about other people. You eventually will fall into the same position as them. Then what you're gonna do? You're gonna wait for someone to help you then? You know the remedy. The remedy is the Buddha's teaching. And just study and practice. The 3 steps. It's very simple. Dana, give away your possession that you don't need to keep. And then maintain the precept, don't hurt other people. And if it's possible, go live alone in seclusion and meditate to get into jhana, and then to contemplate or to study the nature of the 5 khandhas as not being yourself. And ask yourself, are you still attached to your body or not? Are you still attached to the feelings or not? Can you let them come and go without having to do anything to them? That's the work that we need to do, more than worrying about other people.
Okay.
All right?
Thanks for your advice, Anajan. Thank you.
Okay. Siddhartha, you're next.
Can you hear me, Tanajan?
Can you speak louder?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So I have followed your advice to do more walking meditation. So like today, I keep on walking, and then after walking, I try to sit. The outcome of today is very good in general day. Like I feel very calm since I wake up until now. So it's very stable. The thoughts still coming in, but it never impact the mind. Like I would say, just stable, like calm. And the mindfulness I feel when I see my body conduct, like while doing eating or doing activities, it is less sloppy. Like I notice how to do things more properly. So that's the good result. As far as sitting goes, so I try to sit after every walking session. I do like 2 hours, and then I try to sit immediately after walking. But within 5 minutes, there is no drowsiness like yawning throughout the day, but the calm that leads to the body leaning coming within the first 5 minutes. So I just terminate the session and get back to walking again, and that's basically how my day is going. So another thing that happened is I realized in one of my session that I recite the Buddha. There are like 2 kind of mode. Like the first one is like I'm combating the thoughts like I'm really concentrated, a bit tense in the forehead. Like I will describe it like we are trying to memorize something really new. So we have to really concrete and really alert. This I realized when I recite the mantra in this kind of mode. It raise my alertness, but also my tension. And the second is, it is like reciting at the heart. Sometimes it is like in the chest. It feels, if I have to describe, it is like reciting something that we have already familiar, like already memorized, and it always generate calm. Basically, when I walk today, that generates a lot of calm. I recite in the second mode, like the thoughts still coming in and everything, but I just ignore and just continue on the reciting. Whereas when I tried the first one, where I really focus, where I really alert, like I have an intent to block every thoughts, intent to kill every thought that might arise, I can maintain a session where there are no thoughts. But usually I cannot over extended period, I cannot maintain it yet. When I do this kind of recitation, when I sit, I find that my body is very still, very alert. And there happens where like the tension erased and I got to calm and I feel like I'm heading towards the right direction. But then if I try to repeat it again in this kind of mode of concentrating, I cannot really reliably repeat it, because sometimes the tension is there, which I like, which I find that, oh yeah, this is my sign of concentrating. But after some time, it disappears and it reverts to the second mode, like recitation naturally, like no tension, no effort, and then there is only calm. So I would like to ask your advice how I proceed from this point on.
We just have to proceed on, do as you used to do, and try to get the mind to calm as much as possible. Okay?
Okay.
See, your practice can go up and down. So don't get excited when it goes up, or don't get depressed when it goes down. Just accept that, practice is like this. 2 steps forward, 1 step backward, something like that. Don't expect every day to be the same. Until when you eventually have full control and you can then do it every day the same, that means you have advanced. But if you're still falling back, going up, going forward, then you just have to accept this fact, but keep on practicing mindfulness. Stay mindful all the time. Okay.
Okay.
Next, Willie. Willie, by the way, is the sister of Siddhartha, just in case you want to know. They're brothers and sister. They spent some time living in Wat Yan with us the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years. Okay, Willie, you got anything to say?
No, today I also don't have any question.
Are you living in a monastery right now?
Yes, I'm living in a monastery, and because the gastritis problem that I asked Tanachan before is still going on, and I have seen the doctor. So yeah, I have to make it recover first before I can really concentrate on my practice. So I just practice as much as I can with the current condition.
Okay. Then they go to Kok Seng from Singapore.
Ajahn.
Any question today?
Yes, Ajahn. I have a question today. Each time before my meditation, I'll be chanting the homage to the Lord, and then 3 records, and then praise of the Buddha, the Itipiso Bhagawa, and then followed by the English translation, endowed with clear vision and virtues in conduct, sublime love and so on. So I would appreciate very much if Ajahn you can elaborate in details the praise of the Buddha, so that I can be able to reap the full benefits of reciting the praise of the Buddha.
What of the Buddha?
Praise of the Buddha, Itipiso Bhagawa Araham. Itipiso Bhagawa Araham Sama Sambuddham Pinchacharanam Sampannam Sukato Loka Vidum Anutaru Visadama Sarati Satta Deva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati.
What do you want to know?
I like the English translation, even though I read the English translation, which is translated as endowed with clear vision, virtuous in conduct, sublime and known of the words, a guide unsurpassed of men to be tamed, a teacher of gods and men, enlightened and blessed. But I would be grateful if Ajahn you can explain and elaborate in detail the benefits of saying praise to the Buddha, so that those who recite the praise of Buddha, they can be able to understand the significance and able to practice and able to reap the full benefits of reciting this praise of the Buddha.
Well, the translation is already clear. I don't need to elaborate. You just have to read and elaborate yourself. By reciting, you are developing mindfulness. So that's about it. It's just a quality of the Buddha. So that will instill you have belief or faith in him, to accept him as a teacher and follow his teaching. That's what it amounts to.
Is the first one, which is endowed with clear vision. I'm not very sure what does that actually means.
You don't know, don't worry. Yeah. You don't have to know everything. Just know that he's the Buddha, he's your teacher, and that he has become enlightened, and he has reached Nibbana. All these other qualities are additional abilities, which is not that important to you. All you want to know that he can teach you to go to Nibbana. That's all you want to know. Okay. If you want, you have to ask somebody else. Maybe I cannot because I wasn't interested in his other qualities. I didn't find it important for me. It's enough to know that he's an enlightened person and his teaching can enlighten you. That's all that's all you need to know. But if you want to know more, you have to go to some other source. I cannot help you in this regard. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Vince Chua from Singapore also.
Good evening, Ajahn. The question I have today is how sensitive how sensitive are we to our thoughts? For example, scenario one, the thoughts arises, I can go to my breath and it ceases. So it rises and ceases, right? The second scenario, it could be like you let your mind, once you have the thoughts, they are always succeeding thoughts. So you may let it proliferate and let it cease again. So that's the second watching. And the third observation is like, or should we, how sensitive should we like, or should we just be watching the habitual patterns of ourselves, how the mind works, and how the preceding condition and succeeding condition, and let this cease naturally. So yeah, how sensitive do we need to be to thoughts?
As far as thoughts are concerned, you want to stop them. You want to be able to control them. You want to be able to tell them when to stop, when to think, what to think, and not what to think. So this is what you want to do with your thoughts. Take control of your thoughts. Right now, your thought is controlling you. Your thought is your boss. You want to be the boss of your thought. Right now, your thought keeps telling you to go get money, to go on a holiday, to go get a boyfriend, a girlfriend, to buy, to shop. These are all your thoughts. You want to stop them. And you want to tell your thought to give up everything, to abandon everything, to let go of everything. Because everything is anatta, doesn't belong to you. So this is what you want to do with your thoughts. Okay. Don't watch them, because if you watch your thought will just drag you into samsara. Doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
So you want to drag your thought out of samsara by stopping it from thinking about samsara. Samsara are the three cravings. Craving for sensual pleasure, craving for being, craving for non-being. These are the kind of thoughts you want to stop. Okay?
Yeah, thanks for the clarification. Early on, I thought that is to clear my memories and clear my perception, but there's a wrong way to do it. Yeah, I understand.
Yes, you have to stop it. That's why you have to recite the mantra.
Yeah. I always go back to the breath and it will just stop by itself.
Stop your breath. And stop when you can stop your thought, you can stop your cravings.
Okay. Thank you,
And you
Ajahn.
can stop samsara. It's simple like that. But how long can you stop your thought? Maybe right now, when you don't see anything you like, or when you don't feel any hunger or thirst for something, when you start to have the need, then your thought will force you to go get one, even though the thing that you think you need might not be what you really need, because you don't know how to separate the essential from the non-essential. You don't know how to separate the defilement from the non-defilement. Yes, the body needs thirsty, the body needs water, but it doesn't need drinks with bubbles, drinks with taste, with smell, and so forth. Yes, the body gets hungry, but you don't eat 5 times a day. You only need 1 time a day to feed your body. And you don't need special food. You just need something to keep them, something that you can put in your mouth, get into your stomach to stop the hunger. That's all you need.
Okay.
So
it looks like I need to put the mindfulness to test.
That's right. So you need to study the Buddha's teaching to find out what is the essential, what is not essential. Anything that has to do with the sensual objects, they are all non-essential.
Okay.
If you crave for picture, if you crave for images, if you crave for sound, if you crave for smell, taste, and tactile objects, these are all non-essentials.
Looks like I've got a lot of work to do. Understand. Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Kafiling from Malaysia.
Good day to you, Ajahn. Today, just tuning in, no question.
Okay. Alvin Lee from Malaysia also.
Good evening, Tanajan. Tanajan, I just want to ask about meditation. I mean, these couple of days, I'm feeling a bit of pressure on top of my this part of my forehead. But when I continue meditating, then sometimes I can feel the calmness. But then the pressure will come back on and off. So how do I address this, Tanajan?
Just ignore it. Just leave it alone. It's an illusion. Try to distract you from your concentration.
Right. This is not over concentrating, right? It's not a sign of I'm trying to forcing myself to concentrate, right?
Well, I don't know. You have to find out for yourself.
All right. Okay. Okay. So just ignore it.
Yeah, just ignore and just keep concentrating. I don't think it's over concentrating because it's never over. It's never over concentrating. Maybe it's over ambitious. Maybe that's the cause of that feeling. Over ambitious, over desiring for result, not over concentration.
Okay.
You see
Good point.
you see the point, the difference.
Yes.
Over
Yes.
ambitious and over concentration. There's no such thing as over
Over
concentration.
concentration.
Yeah. Not enough concentration, but over ambition.
The desire to be
Yeah.
to get a result out
That's
of the
right.
meditation. All right. Okay. Okay.
So if anything comes up during meditation, just ignore. Just they are all illusion. They come and go. They want to distract you from your concentration.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Next, Kenneth from Switzerland.
Thanks.
Professor.
Good afternoon, Tanajan. I would like to ask a question about when we practice like day to day, is there a recommended way to kind of self-evaluate how the practice is going? Like, am I going forward or am I going backwards? Or is there a good way to reflect on that and see how things are going?
Basically, the feelings, the mental feelings. Whether you have lots of mental feelings, more good feelings, more good mental feelings, you still have lots of bad feelings, anxiety, restlessness, agitation, this sort of thing. This is the measure of your progress. If your mind becomes calmer and calmer and feel better, then you are advancing. Yeah, another aspect is your ability to control your emotion, your defilements. Can you control them more than before or less than before, or the same as before? These are something you can use as a measurement of your practice.
Okay.
Clear enough?
That's clear, very clear, Tajan. Thank you.
All right. That's all.
That's all. Thank you, Jan. Ajahn.
Okay. Philip Lim and Adeline from Malaysia.
Good evening, Tanajan. I have no questions tonight, just listening in.
No questions. Okay. Belinda from Singapore. Any question?
Good evening, Tanajan. No question at the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Rosalind from Indonesia. Unmute your microphone first.
No question, Ajahn. Thank you
No
very much.
question either. Okay. Prasana from Thailand. Any question?
Okay. Okay. Good
Okay.
evening, Ajahn. Today I have one question about eliminating the craving of the taste of the food. I ate one meal for three months, and this month I ate one meal for 2 days per week, and I considering the taste of the food before it, and I mix all dessert and the food mix. I feel that now I feel that the food I feel that it is a 4 elements. So I can eat it all. So I want to ask teacher that if I think that I can eat it also, can I go back to eat a normal like one meal as a normal, or I still eat like this
If you still choose the food that you eat, then you should not. If you choose it, then you still have special attachment or attraction to certain food. Then maybe you should try eating the food that you don't like and not eating the food that you like.
Okay.
To see
And
how.
I don't mix it.
Yeah.
I have to mix it, or okay, only eat the unlike food or like this.
Yeah, if you want to eat something you like, then say no. I have to eat something I don't like.
Okay. So tomorrow I will practice it. Okay.
To see, because like and dislike is defilements. So you want to stop the like by not eating what you like, and try to stop the dislike by forcing yourself to eat what you dislike.
Oh, okay. I see
Then
that.
eventually you will come into the neutral position. You can either have like or dislike. But right now, if you still choose it, then it means you still have like and dislike. But if you can eat any type of food given to you, then your mind is back into neutral, no like or dislike. Well, this is the reason why at Wat Pa Banta and Jan Mahabua monastery, monks are not allowed to choose the food to put in their own bowl. All the food will be put in the bowl for them, like in a boarding school, You can, whatever food that's been put in your bowl, that's what you eat. And you cannot choose. This is one way of, this is one way of getting rid of your defilement of like certain type of food, dislike some type of food. But of course, you can choose not to eat if you find that the food is cause sickness to your body. And this is on medical ground you can choose, but not on pleasure ground.
Okay.
You say because you don't want to eat food for enjoyment. You want to eat food as a medical reason of curing your hunger, which is a type of sickness. Hunger is body sickness, which you can cure by giving it food. But you don't have to give it the food that you like.
Okay, thank you, Phrasuchart. Tomorrow I will do it.
And you also have to look after you have eaten, and do you still think about food? If you still do think about food, it means that you still have defilement.
Thank you.
All right.
No question. Yes. Thank you, Phrasuchart.
Like Ajahn Mahabua said, when he was a newly ordained monk, he said after he had his meal, and while he was washing his bowl, his mind started to think of food again. Wants to eat some more food. So he said, if this is the way the mind works, he has to discipline the mind by not eating for 3 days. Punish the mind.
3 days.
Yeah. And after that, the mind does not dare to think of food after finish eating. Because if it does, then it will be punished by not giving it food for 3 days. So this is how you deal with food. Okay, deal with your craving for food. Eat only like eating medicine. Eat only at the time prescribed, not by any other, not at any other time, like we normally do. We have our main meals, and then we have something in between, something to chew, something to drink, all day long. You don't want to do that. You want to give the food as a medicine for the body. And really all you need is one meal. The other time it's just they are all cravings. But you don't know, you thought it's hunger, but it's not the body hunger. It's the mental hunger, which is the defilement. So try eating once a day.
Yes.
And put everything in the body through your mouth once a day. The rest of the day, just take pure water, plain water.
Yeah.
Because everything else will be defilement.
Yeah. Okay. I think I can do it. Okay. So tomorrow I'll begin. Tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Tanajan. No questions from me today.
Okay. Then we go to B, Ravin Chindaporn from
Good evening
Bangkok.
to you. Good evening to you, Tanajan. So I have one question and one remark. I'll start with my question. Tanajan, is it important to include chanting in my practice? Because over the past years, I've usually just done meditation and reading Dhamma books, but I've never really done any chanting. So is it important to include this as well?
No, if you can meditate, you don't need chanting. Chanting is a way of calming your mind enough to meditate. Because sometimes your mind is so busy thinking about other things. And when you meditate, you cannot concentrate on your meditation object. Then you use chanting as a way of bringing the mind into concentration. To have enough concentration to concentrate on your meditation object. So if you can sit and meditate, then you don't need to do chanting before that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. So just onto my remark, it's regarding my meditation practice. From last time that Tanajan gave me the advice to just focus on keeping the mind calm for as long as possible and try to avoid thinking. So I did that, and I found that it was easier to get my mind into concentration. So because I stopped worrying about contemplating, about thinking about other things, I found that it actually helped me to stay calm for longer periods of time. So I wanted to thank you for that advice. It really worked out.
And you should also maintain this calm even after you come out of meditation. Try to stay calm all day long if you can. This is the goal, to keep the mind calm all the time. First, we need to use meditation to calm it. Once we calm it, then when we come out of meditation, we want to protect this calm for as long as possible. Until we can no longer have any calm, then we go back to meditation again, to get into calm again. This is for someone who practices all day, like monks, who doesn't have to do any work, who doesn't have to deal with other people, just to be alone. But if you have to work, you have to deal with other people. It's almost impossible to maintain calm, because you will have to have issues, you have problems, you have all sort of things that will keep your mind agitated. So this is, I'm talking about some people who practice all day, who have nothing to do with working or dealing with anybody. People will live alone and concentrate on the practice. And this is the goal, just to keep the first goal before you go to wisdom is to maintain calm all the time. Because you need a calm mind to see the truth, to see the three characteristics of existence. All right?
Yes, I find that when my mind is just come out of meditation, I find that it's quite bliss, it's quite relaxed, because not thinking and not having positive or negative thoughts, it really feels, refreshing for the mind. I remember Tanajan once, I think one of your talks, that sleeping is for resting the body, but meditation is for resting the mind. So I found that that's helped, because whenever thoughts pop into my head, I feel tired sometimes. Oh, can I just stop thinking? And only when I come out of meditation, I really feel that, okay, my mind is rested, but only for a certain amount of time, because if I get up, I start to go and do other things, then it starts to become, active again.
That's why you have to maintain your mindfulness even after you come out of your meditation.
Okay, so your advice is just to continue trying to stay calm as long as possible, both in and outside of meditation.
That's right. And if you have issues and if you want to deal with your issues, use the 3 characteristics of existence to deal with the object of your problem, to let go of your attachment to that object. And then you can get rid of your dukkha, your bad feelings arising from that object.
Okay. Can we also use the 4 Brahma Viharas to get rid of our dukkha as well?
Try it. See, but the problem is, do you have it or not? That's the problem. If you don't have it, how can you use it? Can you forgive when somebody slapped you in the face? Yeah. Not yet. Yeah. Somebody steal your money. You say, okay, let bygone be bygone. That's Brahma Vihara. Yeah. All right. If you can use it, yes, anything. But I think real Brahma Vihara comes after you have the wisdom to see everything is anatta. Everything doesn't belong to you. Then you can then let go. Well, not my money. If they take the money, okay, it's not mine. If they take my body, it's not mine. You can have it. So real Brahma Vihara comes after wisdom. But right now you use forced Brahma Vihara. You get angry at person and you try to forgive them, try to stop your anger. By say, oh, sabbe satta avela hontu. But you're just forcing your mind. The mind doesn't see you with wisdom. Then there's no need to get angry with anybody, because what you lose doesn't belong to you in the first place. Or what you don't get is something that you shouldn't get anyway. So why get angry when you lose or when you don't get something? Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Thanajan.
Sri and Czech from Vancouver.
Hello.
Greetings.
Dharma greeting, Ajahn. So much.
Any question today?
I'm wondering, Ajahn, you talk about not letting the mind control us, and we control the mind. So a Sotapan is able to control
Part of the mind. Part of the mind.
Only part of the mind.
Control the mind in regarding to the 5 khandhas and in regarding to doing any bad karma.
Oh.
The Sotapanna can stop. You will never break the precept, the 5 precepts.
So they have the ability to stop right away, like the.
That's right.
Oh.
And the ability to let go of the attachment to the body and the painful feelings.
Is it immediate? Like if they have pain immediately right away, can
Yes, yes, automatically. Yes.
Automatic. Oh. Okay.
If he should die suddenly, he would not get excited or get afraid or anything like that.
Is it because of his immense mindfulness? So he keep this 4 noble truths all the time for Sotapan.
He has let go of his attachment to the wisdom that he had realized from contemplation, from seeing that the 5 khandha is anatta, is anicca. If he cling to this 5 khandha, dukkha will arise. So he let go of his attachment to the 5 khandha permanently. There's nothing to. He still have the 5 khandha, but he doesn't sing the 5 khandha or rely on the 5 khandha or depend on the 5 khandha. It doesn't depend on the body for the source of happiness. Doesn't rely on the feelings as the source of happiness.
So the tools that he used in his mind is mindfulness.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh.
See the three characteristics of existence in the five khandha.
Tan Ajahn, my question is, can one meditate and get to jhana when the environment is busy, is noisy?
Theoretically, no. Yeah. You need a quiet environment to calm your mind. There's a saying in Buddhism, kaya viveka, citta viveka. Viveka is seclusion. Yeah, the body has to be in secluded condition, environment before the mind can enter into seclusion, mental seclusion. Because the surrounding can distract your mind. When you hear sound, when you're concentrating on something, when you hear sound, that sound might distract you from your concentration right away. Sound are the most dangerous as far as for concentration is concerned. The other thing are not so. Well, you close your eyes, you don't see any images, but you can still hear things.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. Thank you, Tan Ajahn.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Kuyen Dong from London. Greetings to
Hello,
you.
Tanachan. I have no questions today. Thank you.
Okay. Still faithful, huh? No questions to come in to listen to the talk. You don't get tired of it?
Not at all. Actually, like a previous questions and answer actually gave me a lot today.
Good. And by just listening to other people's questions can help you also.
And your answer.
Okay, yes. All right, next, Alfredo from Brazil.
Alberto.
Are you fully recovered from your COVID-19 infection?
Yes, I may awaken, not sleeping. In my telephone, I see you. It's good to participate and heard you. I like a lot to hear Dhamma. Your Dhamma talks is very good to remember Dhamma. Sati is knowing about we are doing, our would doing, né? But her Dhamma for me is very good. Remember thoughts, remember, let me more more happy to practice. Is good to her Dhamma.
To hear DhammaTalk, yes.
Yes.
Because it will benefit your mind enormously. It will teach you how to deal with your mind, how to control your mind, your emotions, your bad feelings, your anger,
yes,
your hatred, your
yes.
love. Even your love can be harmful to you. When you love somebody and when that somebody turn on you, it can really hurt you, right?
Yes. Sometimes.
All the time.
I'm not have a normal life. My father died. I have 11 years. My mother have sick for 30 years. My life is not have normal. Né? Então I have dream. I have bad dreams. I'm not married. I practice Buddhism. I live alone. The life is different. The other people's, né? and bad feelings appear, né? Então, her Dhamma is good to forget, né? is good.
Yes. If you can forget and forgive, that's the best thing. Let thing pass. No need to do
Yes.
anything with them. It's already gone.
Yes.
Okay. No question from you today. All right.
No question. Good.
Then we go to Lisan. Lisan 10. Where are you from, Lisan?
Good evening, Ajahn Lisan. I'm Indonesian, but now I'm staying in Singapore. I'm stuck here.
I see.
Yeah, allowed to go back Indonesia. Okay, tonight I just have, I don't really have a question. I'm just observing and listening on how Ajahn answer all the queries. I just wonder how Ajahn can be that patient that I can learn from. There must be good tips and trick about be a patient person.
Don't have any agenda. Don't have any motive. Then you can be patient. But as soon as you have agenda, you have motive, then if anything cross your agenda or motive, then you can be restless. Try to be neutral. Just take things as they come. Don't expect anything. When you expect something and you don't get it, then you can get angry. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you,
But
Ajahn.
you need to meditate to get to that neutral position, ubeka.
Yes. Then what can motivate a person, a lay people to get meditate?
Well, are you motivated?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So it's up
Okay.
and down.
At least
Last time, yes.
At least you know what motivates you.
So must get a motivations like a goal.
Like listening to DhammaTalk, listening to the Buddha's teaching, will give you the motivation. All right now, joining the discussion here will give you the motivation why you should be neutral, because being neutral will make you safe from any suffering, any mental suffering. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next,
Thank you, Ajahn.
Constant from Singapore.
Good evening, Tanajan. Today I actually have a question on meditation, but it was partly answered when Viravin asked his question. So what happened is I realized that recently, whenever I try to sit down and meditate, even if I focus on, reciting Buto, or I try to focus on my breath, I just cannot quiet my mind. But I just realized it could be because to save time, I actually did away with my chanting at the start of my day. So is it right to say that maybe I should resume my morning chanting so that I actually get myself to be in a calmer state before I try to meditate?
Well, you have to try it, trial and error.
Okay. Because I do realize now that this period of not being able to meditate started after I did away with the morning chanting and just go straight to meditating when I wake up.
You have to try it out, find out which method is the best for you.
Okay. And my next question would be, say if I'm having a very I'm having a sitting whereby I'm really unable to quiet my mind. Is it better that I continue and try to continue to focus on my breath, or would it actually be better to just let it be and try to find another time to sit again? that day.
Maybe you can get up and walk instead. Don't stop practice.
Okay.
Try to practice as much as possible.
Okay.
If you cannot do it by sitting, then do it by walking or by standing. Do it in some other position.
Okay. I'll try that.
Sometimes your defilement want to discourage you. As soon as you don't get result, they say, "Oh, I better stop. I'll go do something else." You shouldn't do that. This is a trap of your defilement. It wants you to stop practicing.
Okay.
So anytime you have this thought of, "Oh, I should stop," then this is already defilement. You should be aware. You should have a red flag coming up, reminding you.
Okay.
You say, I should keep on practicing until I have to go do something else. You know?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
If you cannot recite, you cannot concentrate, then just do chanting.
Okay.
Or if you cannot chant, you can turn on DhammaTalks, listen to DhammaTalks if you have something to listen to.
Oh yeah, I listen to DhammaTalk every day actually. Yeah, and that helps to calm my mind. Just that I thought that since meditation is an important part of my practice, I should do it early in the morning when I get up. But somehow this period, with everyone at home, it is just not working out very well for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it if you can. If you cannot, do something else instead.
Okay.
Like chanting or listening to DhammaTalk.
Okay.
All right?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Tanajan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lillian, Malaysian from living in Bangkok, right? Malaysian?
Good evening, Tanajan. I don't have any questions today, just listening in.
You're from Malaysia, right? Forgot. Yeah, okay. All right. Claudia Schweiner from Germany.
Good afternoon from Germany, Tana-chan. Yes, I have a question today. As far as I understand, the word sada or trust is not only a simple kind of trust or faith. So can you please explain the deeper meaning of sada to me, also in the context of the 5 strengths, please?
Okay. Sattha or faith is the belief in the triple gem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. That's what it means in Buddhist context. You firmly believe that the Buddha is an enlightened person. His teaching can teach you to become enlightened. And those who follow the teaching of the Buddha became a noble disciple after they practiced. So this is all you want to know about sattha or faith.
Yes, I had a discussion with other Dhamma friends in Germany, and we were discussing about the word sada or faith. And I said, so as far as I stand in Theravada Buddhism, sada has a really profound and very important meaning. And so I was asking these questions to be reassured that I have the right understanding of sada. And yeah, this is what I also understand.
That's right. Just have sattha and faith that the Buddha or his teaching or his noble disciple can guide you toward Nibbana.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are genuine teacher. They can lead you to Nibbana for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I have no doubt about it. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Once you have sattha, then you will have viriya, which is energy to do the practice, to do the practice of mindfulness, the practice of samadhi, and the practice of wisdom. This is the 5 mental faculties. They all depend on sattha as the stimulator.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have sattha in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, then you will have the energy or the commitment, the effort to develop the 3 other mental qualities, which is the mindfulness, sati, samadhi, and panya.
Yeah.
once you develop this thing, then enlightenment will follow suit. 4 stages of enlightenment will follow suit.
Mhm.
It's very simple, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds very simple. And I thank you very much for your explanation, because this is what I also think, that Sada is a really profound quality to follow Buddhism, and that is the basis for a profound practice.
Yes. So just be firmly establish your sattva firmly in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
Yeah.
Regardless of what other people may say, just don't listen to them. Listen only to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
Yeah.
And the source of the Buddha's teaching is in the Tripitaka. Just go there.
Yeah.
If you cannot find a noble disciple, then you have to rely on the Tripitaka as the source of your teaching, of the Buddha's teaching.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very
Okay?
much. Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, Soling from London and her daughter.
Hello, Tanajan. We are good. No question. Thank you.
No question. Okay. Sinyi and Monica from Malaysia.
Good
Haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, we have been very busy.
Busy, yeah? Not busy practicing Dhamma.
We have gone for stay at the monastery, but then after we came back, then we were busy with the house.
Busy building samsara.
Yeah.
Not busy destroying samsara.
No, still also trying to destroy samsara. Yeah. Actually, today I have a question. Actually, during the recent sitting, I was doing my anapanasati. Then sort of like there was this knowing there, you know. But then after some time, the pain came up at the background. And there was this little voice telling me, oh, I think you better start chanting Buddha, you know, to overcome your pain. So I start to do the Buddha, but then I find that the pain has no effect on me. I don't feel anything. But then there's this little voice still keep on coming and telling me that I think you better still chant your Buddha, you know, the pain will keep on increasing. So in a way, I find that I was a bit distracted. So what should I do when I encounter this again? Because I think this is distraction.
Well, just recite the mantra until your mind becomes calm and not affected by the pain.
Actually, the mind is not affected by the pain, but it's this voice telling me that, you know, you better get ready, you know, your pain is coming. But actually, the mind is not affected by the pain.
Well, you just use the reality. If you're not affected by the pain, then you just don't need to do anything. Just try to live with the pain.
But if the voice keep on, you know, instigating that, oh, you better start, you know, reciting Buddha, then how should I deal with that?
Well, you can either listen to it or not listening to it. It's up to you.
I listened to it earlier on.
If you're not affected by the pain, why do you have to do any chanting, do any reciting?
Okay. So if the voice keep on, you know, coming and prompting me to do it, how should I handle it, you know, in future if it still come? Because I think this might come again.
Well, as long as you're calm and you're not disturbed by anything, then you don't need to do anything. Just stay calm.
Okay.
But as soon as you're not calm and you start to be affected by your painful feeling, then you need to start chanting or reciting the mantra.
Okay. So if the voice keep on coming, is it my own thoughts or is it my own memory?
Yes, your thought. You should stop doing your voice with your thoughts.
So that means I don't react to the voice.
It depends on whether the voice reaction to it is good or bad for you. If it's good for you, then you can. Sometimes your voice can tell you something that is good for you, then you do it. If it's bad for you, then you don't do it. It's like somebody talk to you, you know, you listen to the person, but you don't know whether you should follow that person's advice or not. Right? You have to consider whether what effects it has on you when you do it.
So that means if let's say if the pain is not affecting me, then I just leave the voice alone.
That's right, because reciting the thing just to stop your mind from being disturbed by the pain. But if your mind is already not disturbed, so why chant? Why do anything?
I think I was tricked by my voice.
maybe because of your caution, you want to preemptively keep your mind calm and not being disturbed by the pain. Even though you're already calm, but you're still afraid that it might not remain calm for long. So you want to start reciting now. So just look at the situation. If you say you are happy, you're not disturbed by the calm, then you don't need to do anything. If you start to be disturbed, then you have to start reciting the mantra. It's like the body. If the body get a headache, then you have to take the medicine. But if there's no headache, what's the need to take a medicine for, right? You have to wait until the body gets a headache before you take the medicine. So you have to wait for the mind to be disturbed before you use the medicine, the brutal medicine. Same thing. Okay? Understand?
I hope I can apply that when I'm meditating. Because inside there, sometimes the mind, is there any ways that we can pull up to handle this, or we just stay neutral when this type of things happen?
Yes, the goal is to remain calm, neutral, not reacting to anything, even your thoughts.
Okay, so I just observe only, right?
Yes, this is during meditation, but you need to do what your thoughts tell you after you come out of meditation, because your thought is the one that directs your action. But you just want to use Dhamma to screen your thought, to make sure that your thought is good thought, not bad thought. If it's bad thought, then you don't follow it. If your bad thought tell you to go steal somebody's money, then you say no. But if
So that means during meditation we just observe only. We don't do any thoughts.
No thinking. Stop thinking. As soon as you start to think, you should stop it. Because your thought can eventually cause your mind to become restless and agitated.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
And your daughter, do you have any question? No.
No question for now. I need to back up on my meditation practice.
Who is Monica, you or your daughter?
Monica is my mother. I'm Xingyi.
Xingyi is a daughter. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I think we covered everybody who has joined the room. One more. Joko. Hi, Joko. Didn't see you. Two more people. Can you speak louder?
Okay. So I have a question. So last time I talked to a Buddhism preacher in the temple regarding the ceremony of Waisak. He stated that the Waisak ceremony also reminds us to the fighting spirit of Buddha to attain enlightenment. So before attain enlightenment, Buddha have determination himself that he will not get up from his seat, even if his blood dries up, his bones become brittle, until he attain enlightenment. So my question is, how can we start to build the same fighting spirit or determination in our practice, like Buddha has done to attain enlightenment? Thank you, Ajahn.
Well, you have to know your strength, how much you can do. And then you can then set up your determination according to your strength. Because sometimes you have the strength to do it, but sometimes the defilement will come and tell you that you cannot do it. So unless you must know whether how long you can sit, for instance, half an hour, 1 hour, and then you then have to put this determination before you sit. You say, I won't get up before 1 hour, for instance. Because if you don't set up determination, maybe sometimes you sit for 15 minutes and then you don't get any result, then you become discouraged and you say you want to stop. But if you set up the determination, then you cannot stop. This to prevent you from being lazy or for giving up too soon.
I see. So we have to base.
So you have to know your strength also.
Yes.
If you set up your determination more than your strength can do, then you won't be able to do it anyway, and then you can become discouraged. So you have to know basically how much you can do, and then force yourself to do it. Because someday you are eager to do something you're not eager to do, right?
Yes.
On the day that you're eager to do, you can do it. But on the day that you're not eager, you might not be able to do it. But if you have determination, then you will do it anyway.
Yes.
It's like eating. Eating. Someday you like to eat. Someday you don't like to eat.
Yes.
But you have to force yourself to eat because if you don't eat, you're gonna get hungry later on. With eating, you don't have to set up determination, right? It comes automatically.
Yes.
With fasting, you have to set up determination. Because eating is defilement, fasting is Dhamma.
Yes.
So if you want to go in the way of Dhamma, you have to fast. Like eating once a day, not 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day, just 1 meal a day. Then you have to set up the determination. Today I'm going to fast. I'm going to eat just once a day. You understand? If you don't set up the determination, then just eat as many times as you like, right?
Yes.
Okay, understand?
Understand. Thank you.
But the Buddha, before he sat under the tree, he fasted for 49 days. But then he realized that it's useless. It doesn't bring any enlightenment. So he switched method by stop fasting. But his followers, the 5 ascetics, thought he gave up his determination. But he didn't. He used wisdom and realized this is not the path to enlightenment. So he come back and eat some food so he has enough strength to sit and meditate.
Yes.
And then he set up another determination. This time not getting up until he became enlightened. Because he believed he has found the right method. Because enlightenment has to come from the mind, not from the body.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Next, Jolin Te. Where are you from, Jolin? Go ahead. You can
Hi,
speak now. Speak
I'm
louder.
calling from Singapore.
Singapore.
Yes. I have
Any
no question today.
No question today. Okay. Is that covers everybody now? I think so.
Okay, cover.
Okay, let's go to Facebook then. Do we have any question from Facebook? Kula.
Yes, we have 4 questions from Facebook, Thanachan. First question from Po Liang Soon. I have been trying the whole scenario of meditation, starting from morning 5 a.m. and continue to 10 a.m. at 12 and 3 and 5 p.m. I can got the mindfulness by not exposure to other activities and keep our mind steady and its success. Any comment from Ajahn?
Keep doing it. If it's a success, then you must keep it, maintain it, and do more of it if it's possible.
Next question from Lu Fu Ying, Malaysia. Dear Ajahn, when we are focusing on our bodily action, like eating, do we have to note every details of the eating, or we just know that we are eating? Thank you.
It's up to you. The purpose is to stop your mind from thinking about other things. That's all.
Next question from Po Liang Soon. The feelings of inhalation, like inhales and exhales, can make the mind calm until the mind stay in a point. Ajahn, please comment.
There's no need to comment. That's exactly what happened. It calms your mind and makes your mind become one-pointed. It's concentrated, condensed into one, not thinking about any other thing, but merely knowing. The one is the knowing. When you think, your mind becomes scattered into many things. You think about making money, you're thinking about going some places, you're thinking about shopping and so forth. Then your mind becomes scattered. But when you meditate by focusing on your breath, then you bring the mind back into one, back into the knower.
And next question from Po Liang Soon. Ajahn, becoming a monk more than 40 years, can that tune his mind?
Can what?
Tune his mind.
Tune?
Yes.
T-U-N-E?
Yes.
Tune whose mind?
Becoming a monk more than 40 years, can it tune his mind?
It depends on what he does when he becomes monk. If he doesn't meditate, then no. He has to practice Dhamma. If he just study the scripture, it's not enough. He has to practice Dhamma. Like the Buddha talked to one of the Thera, he said, "You are like a paper. You are empty." He said, "You live empty. Because you don't do any practice." This monk, he knows all about the teaching of the Buddha. He can memorize all the talks the Buddha gave, but he never practiced. So every time the Buddha meet him, the Buddha said, "You are empty. You have nothing. You will die nothing. You will die with having nothing to take it with you." So when he realized this, he knew that the Buddha meant that he should go practice. So eventually he went to look for an arahant to be his teacher, and he found a novice, and he took the novice to become his teacher. And after some trial to find whether the monk really trusts in the novice before the novice gave him the instruction. After the novice gave him the instruction, he became enlightened.
And
okay, go ahead.
Sorry. And last question from Kelvin Sim. Dear Ajahn, is it okay to meditate or focusing on internal sound, neutral sound tic-tac, because the sound is very obvious and I cannot focus on my breathing in and out most of the time. The mind can focus the sound very well, but I understand that the sound is not under the 40 objects of meditation.
I don't know where the sound comes from. What happens when the sound disappears? What do you do? So I think it's better to either, if you cannot focus on your breath, then use the mantra. Focus on your mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Better. Okay, that's all the question.
There's one question just come, Panachan. A question from Maha Suttasana. If someone's mind is so unstable and react quickly on negative thoughts, roll on aimless thoughts like crazy person, but still know that it is not good, but can't help the trial to meditate, but thoughts appear and then again roll into it, which ultimately get exhausted and crazy. Sometimes going to nature calm little, but again the same. How can help such person?
Well, he has to help himself by reciting the mantra all the time to take control of his thoughts, to stop his thoughts first. So he needs to develop mindfulness by reciting the mantra Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Okay, anybody in the room would like to ask any question? This is
we have two newcomings, ST and EV.
Okay. Who's first?
ST first.
Hi, good evening, Ajahn. Just to join in, learning from you. No questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Evie. Next, Evie.
Can you hear me, Ajahn?
Speak louder. Cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Very soft, very soft.
Very soft. Okay, I will get closer now.
Okay, good now, good now.
Okay. Ajahn, I'm sorry I'm late to join.
No need to be sorry. I don't miss you. I don't miss anybody, so not just you, you know.
Yeah.
So don't feel bad.
Yeah, I go to uptown. I just because my neighbor is passed away yesterday, so we have to go to uptown. They have a funeral tomorrow, so today I go to the how can I say? Yeah, just go lah. Ajahn, I have question about Kesa, Loma, Danta, Nakha, Tacho.
That's 32 parts of the body in Pali.
So how to apply it, Ajahn?
By this is the name of the parts of your body which you want to study to teach your mind that the body has more than what you see outside. There are a lot more parts inside the body that you don't see. Like no, this is contemplation, reciting, studying. Now you study biology. This is the study of anatomy study of the body. Now every medical student has to study.
And when we do these 5 things in meditation or out meditation?
When you meditate, you want to stop thinking, so you don't do it in meditation. Except when you find your mind is restless, then you can use reciting these 5 parts or the 32 parts. You'll calm your mind enough to meditate. But when you want to study this, you have to do it when you're not meditating. You have to know each part, the name of the part and the appearance. How does it look like? The hair of the head. How does it look? How does it look like? The skin. Where are the skin? The nail, the teeth, the bone. You want to.
When we meditate and we feel restless, we should think, okay, where is my hair? Where is my skin? And
no, not if you're restless. Don't do this. When you're restless, just recite the name. Don't think, just recite the name. This I'm talking about when you're not meditating and you want to learn what the body looks like. Then you study the 32 parts of the body.
And what the difference between these 5 things and Kayagata Sati?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, because every morning I wake up, I every day doing this Where is my body? I asking myself, where is my body? And I feel my body, okay, my body is here. Just like that, Ajahn.
You
Is
should
that
ask
true?
you, where is my mind, not your body. Your body is always here. Where is your mind? Is your mind here with the body or not? You should ask this question. You want to bring the mind back to the body.
Bring the mind back to body.
Yeah, not the body. The body is always here. It's the mind that is not always here. See? The mind goes somewhere else all the time. Go to the past, go to the future, go to Bangkok, go to Singapore. It doesn't stay with the body. So you want to bring it back to the body. So don't ask where the body is. The body is always here. It's the mind that is not here. So you should ask yourself, where is my mind right now? Is it here with the body or it is somewhere else?
Oh, so what I just have to do is, where is the mind? Is the body and the mind has a joy now? Just like that, Ajahn.
Yes, are they together or not? Or the mind has left the body and gone somewhere else? Gone to Singapore, gone to Australia, gone to America? Or is it back in Indonesia, here right now? You want to bring the mind back here and now. Here and now is the body. The body is always here and now. It's the mind that is not always here and now. So you use Kaya Kata Sati, which is the body, to bring the mind back to the present. Because the only way to calm the mind has to be in the present. Okay? Good enough? All right. Anybody else would like to ask any question? You are welcome.
We have another question from Facebook.
Okay, Facebook, go ahead.
Two more questions,ท่านอาจารย์. First question from Sopacha. Do I have to stay single in order to be Sodaban? Thank you.
You don't need to. If you already have a family, you can still become a Sotapanna. You have to have the Sila, Samadhi, and Panya to let go of your delusion by thinking that the five khanda is a self. There's no self in the five khanda. You can become enlightened. But if you want to become higher than that, then you will have to be single. You have to live alone. Because if you still live with your partner, then you cannot let go of your sexual desire. You want to stop your sexual desire. So you have to live alone.
Last question from Lim Kim Heng. Dear Ajahn, in order to help our departed one by transference of merit, we'll perform good merits. Is it good enough, or do we need to give dana to the monks?
Well, according to the Buddha, you need to have the merit from giving, from charity to share with the departed. But I'm not sure whether other merit can be shared or not. I don't know. Is that all?
That's all, ท่านอาจารย์
Okay. I saw Mudita early on, and now she turned off her video, meaning she doesn't want to ask any question. Okay. Anybody else would like to ask any question? Okay, Evie again. Go ahead. Unmute your mic.
Yeah, always me have a question, Ajahn. Ajahn, how to investigation in meditating?
When you meditate, you don't investigate. You stop everything. You want to stop the mind. You want to rest the mind. So when you meditate, you don't do anything except focusing on your breath or reciting the mantra to get the mind to jhana. It's only after you come out of jhana, come out of meditation, then you can then investigate the 32 parts of the body.
How to do investigate, Ajahn? How to do?
Okay, you do a different time. When you meditate, you want to stop mental activities. When you investigate, you do it when you don't stop your mental activity. You wait until you come out of meditation. Then you investigate anything you want.
Investigate, like what, Ajahn? How to do the investigate?
To teach your mind the truth, like the body. You have to see the body as an ija, okay, changing all the time and not permanent. Eventually, the body will die. It's aging all the time, and it can get sick anytime, and it will die one day. So this is what you want to study, to teach your mind not to forget, and not and to accept the reality of the body, that it's gonna get old, it's gonna get sick, and it's gonna die. And not just your body, the body of everybody you know or don't know are the same. This will prevent your mind from being sad when things happen to the body. You see, your mind becomes sad when things happen to the body because you're not ready, you're not prepared to accept the truth of the body. But if you keep reminding yourself, this is the truth, this is what's going to happen. So when it happens, it will not make you sad. That's the purpose of investigating, to prevent sadness arising in the mind regarding the things that you are involved with, like your body and other people's body. Okay?
When, Ajahn, I want to ask, when we are in menstruation, can we do meditation?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the mind. Whatever happens to the body doesn't. But the problem is, can you have the ability to do it or not? Because sometimes when you're sick, your mind tend to be sick with the body. See, that's a problem. But if you can separate the mind from the body, let the body be sick, but the mind isn't sick with the body, and the mind can do anything like as if the body is well.
Because our tradition is say, hey, when you are menstruation, that is sting.
That's wrong view. That's wrong view. There's nothing dirty. We only make it dirty because we say it's dirty. What's dirty with blood? Blood in your body. You have so many blood in your body. What about the little blood that comes out of your body? What's so dirty about it? What about the rest of the blood inside your body? Think sensibly, okay? Don't follow the delusional thought of people.
Yeah, they say, hey, the Deva will get angry with you if you do that.
I know. Yeah, it's just all delusional thought. No basis of truth from what they say or they believe.
And when I go to emptiness, Ajahn, what should I do here?
Stay empty. Stay there for as long as possible because it's a good place for the mind. It's like when you go to sleep, you want to sleep as long as possible, right? To rest your body.
This is sleep, all right? But my head are not no like this, just still empty.
I'm not saying you sleep, I'm just giving you an example. Like when your body sleep, you want it to sleep for as long as possible because it's good for the body. The body wants to rest. Same way with the mind. When the mind enters into emptiness, you want to keep it there for as long as possible.
I mean, emptiness is, I have no talk, I have nothing, but I still hearing. I still know.
Then it's not empty. Then it's not empty. When empty, there's nothing at all.
No talk, no talk.
No talk, no sound, nothing. Just knowing. All we have left is knowing, and ubekkha, and happiness.
I have a family which is, he said that when he meditate, he don't hear anything. People speaking loud, he don't hear. the children playing around, he don't hear. What is that condition, Ajahn? Is that jhana?
You have to ask him, don't ask me. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to guess his condition.
That is jhana.
All right.
Maybe,
Okay. Maybe some other people want to ask some more questions. Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Sri and check.
Ajahn, just now you talk. Somebody asked you about so being sotapan, like a lay person who's married can be sotapan. It's kind of hard for me to comprehend because the way you describe it sounds like you have to live almost like maybe like a monk, even though you have a family, like because you need a lot of time to practice like samadhi, and then like I just find it like, or maybe probably because of the previous life already have samadhi. Or...
That's right. Probably previous life they already have samadhi, but they had no wisdom, so they got married. But then they still have this samadhi. So one day they read the teaching of the Buddha, and they have enough samadhi to contemplate on the five khandha, and they can then let go of their attachment to the five khandha. You need to have samadhi in order to, before you can go to wisdom.
Otherwise,
otherwise you then might have to take leave from your family from time to time, like go to a meditation retreat, 7 days or 15 days, or for some people like 3 months during the rain residence. Then they can then develop jhana, develop samadhi, and maybe even become enlightened, and then can still come back to the family.
Oh, okay.
Not unless he or she wants to go higher, then he might not come back to the family. When he or she can get rid of the sexual desire, and then he or she doesn't see the need for a family anymore. If he or she comes back, it's just a matter of out of courtesy or out of duty.
Okay, yeah,
You still have to look after your family, support your family, so you have to come back. But you might ask permission that can you not come back forever if you want to go live alone now because you have no need for family anymore. And you have the price for them. You give up all your money, your all possession. All you want is yourself, freedom to be alone. And if you have lots of money, I think they will be happy to have. They don't care about you. What they really need is your money. They can always find somebody else to replace you.
It's like winning the lottery.
Yeah, it's the money that they need, not you really. You're the breadwinner, so they need you.
So, can one achieve jhana in this lifetime?
Yes, you can develop mindfulness. Yeah. That's all you need is have mindfulness, continuous mindfulness. Sit down and watch your breath for 5 minutes and not thinking about anything at all. Then you can enter jhana right away. Can you do that? Just be focus on one thing, your breath or mantra for 5 minutes, and not stray to other objects, to other things. You might not be able to do it for 15 seconds.
Yeah.
That's just for few breaths.
It's so simple, but it's so hard, right?
Right.
Because you're not used to training your mind to be to be concentrated. Your mind is likes to go scattered to different things. Multitasking. That's the defilement signature. It's multitasking. Want to do many things at the same time. Cravings. Want to achieve a lot at the same time. In worldly terms, you make more money, but in mental terms, you go crazy. Your mind go restless, agitated.
Yeah.
Even though it's difficult, but you give us a lot of encouragement and a lot of motivation. So
I don't know how much encouragement you need. This is almost 1 year already.
As much as we
a
need.
lot, Ajahn, a lot. But still, I think still so precious for me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you've been very
I think what is blocking you is your current commitment that you cannot somehow terminate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
this,
I think
this
you give
current
us a
commitment is the one that blocking your path to enlightenment, to advance in your practice.
You give a very good pointer, like to go to a monastery like from time to time. I think that's the direction.
Even that is almost impossible.
Right now.
Yeah. But improving, Ajahn.
Mm.
For the past years, like since you teach us about mindfulness.
So it's a blessing to be single.
Yeah.
Unhindered and unattached to anything.
It's wisdom, I think, to stay single. It's not wise to get married. Yeah.
Okay, anybody else would like to ask any question? Yes, Anurag. Okay.
Can you hear me, Tangajan?
Yes, can hear you now.
Yeah, just to clarify a term that I came across when reading Forest Tradition book. It's a kovat. What does it mean?
Kovat means the chores that you have to do of a monk. Chores or duties of the monk, like sweeping, going on arms round, and do everything that the monk has to do is called kovat. Kovat patibat. They usually come together. Kovat is the routine. Patibat is the practice. So you have to do a lot of kovat. Like in the morning, you have to get up, go to the sala to prepare the sala for the meal in the morning. Then go out to the village to collect food. This is called kovat. In the afternoon, you have to sweep the temple ground. This is kovat. So it depends on each monastery what you have to do. And then patibat is to do your own practice of meditation, walking and sitting meditation.
Yeah.
No, the two terms come together, kovat, patibat.
Okay. The patipada is in
Patibat
English
is
is
Dhamma practice.
Dhamma practice. Yeah. Okay.
Kovat are the chores or the duties of a monk that it has to do with maintaining the life, his life, like going on alms round and keeping the monastery clean, and it's a kovat that a monk has to do. So with the forest tradition, they are very strict with the kovat, and they don't give it any excuse not to do, because the defilement, the laziness wants to always discourage you from doing the kovat, doing your chores. If you give in to the laziness, then this will interrupt your Dhamma practice also, and you start to become lazy in your Dhamma practice. So before you can allow the laziness to enter the Dhamma practice, you don't allow it to enter your kovat, your routine, your duty. You have to be faithful to your duty, not going on arms round. In Thailand, the monks has been spoiled because lay people come to the monastery to give food. So if they don't feel like going on arms round, they can skip. But with the forest tradition, they don't want to skip this principle kovat, which is going on arms round. Ajahn Man, even when he during his last days, he could go walk all the way to the village arms round. He walk halfway, and the villagers come to give food halfway between the monastery and the village. And when he could walk halfway, he walked to the gate of the monastery. And when he could walk to the gate of the monastery, he walked on the sala to receive alms on the sala. Until he no longer can walk, then he has to stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
This is
Thank
to
you.
prevent laziness.
Yeah.
Laziness is a very dangerous thing for the monk. Because when you start become lazy, then you start to become lazy with this and that, and eventually you don't want to meditate. You don't want to do anything. You only want to eat and sleep.
Yeah.
And then your defilement will destroy you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ajahn. Okay.
Anybody else? Evie again. I know we can talk to Evie all night. Okay.
Because I still stupid, Ajahn, so I have much question.
Not curious? On the stupid? Okay, go ahead.
When I meditate, Ajahn, my breath slowly disappears and gets smoother and disappear. I have no grip when I have no breath. I seek breath again, and I often experience this, and I start to knowing, no, I don't know what to do. So I just looking for the breath again.
You should not look for breath, just leave it alone. You just know that it disappears and just watch emptiness instead. It's like when you're watching television, when the image on the screen disappears, just watch the screen. Okay, just watch the emptiness.
If I no have something to grip, I afraid I will fall to sleep, Ajahn.
Don't be afraid. If you have mindfulness, you won't go to sleep.
I must do reciting if I know have breath again. Reciting
You should do, because the mind is almost ready to enter into jhana. When you start to recite, you might disturb this process. Just keep watching.
Just keep watching. No breath. Also, it's
Yeah,
okay.
It's okay. Just know there's no breath. So just keep watch no breath. Keep watch the place where you used to watch, at the tip of your nose.
Because I afraid no breath will die, Ajahn.
No. You won't die. Nobody die from practicing meditation. People die from automobile accident, from drinking, but not from meditation. Don't afraid.
I'm mopping the floor. What should my mind do?
Just watching the flow, what you're doing.
I try to mindful what I'm doing, but subconsciously thought have come and make me think without realizing it. I am like a fool.
Don't pay attention to it. Don't pay attention. Just pay attention to your mopping.
I deceive because the mind comes so easily.
Your voice disappeared. You have to. Cannot hear you.
Can you hear me again, Ajahn?
Yeah.
Cannot.
Very soft, too soft. I don't know why.
Can you hear me, Ajahn?
Okay, we're back now.
And when the thought is coming when I'm mopping, so I must realize, okay, you come and I must erase it.
Don't erase, don't do anything. Just keep watching your mopping. Just keep watch what you do. Don't have to deal with anything. Just watch. Stay focused on what you do. Then everything will disappear by themselves. If you pay attention to them, they'll keep continuing talking to you.
Realize myself, okay, the thought, please, you come, you go out, don't disturb me.
Don't talk to, not even that, just keep on mopping, just keep on watching mopping. Pretend as if you didn't hear anything. I don't know why when you speak far away from the screen, cannot hear you. Like right now, I cannot hear your voice.
But I have no question again, Ajahn.
Okay, now I can hear you. Maybe something wrong with your audio. It's impermanent, I guess. I need to come and go. Okay, anybody else? Nobody? Kun La, Facebook. Go ahead, Kun La.
Yes, Kevin, he has already asked the question that mentioned that he do the meditation by focusing on his internal sound, and he give us more about the internal sound. And he said the sound tick back at his eardrum comes continuously throughout the meditation, around 1 to 2 hours, and he can also hear it during his walking meditation. Walking my left leg, it sound thick, and walking right leg, it sound back, and it's go on continuously. And he wants you to give his advice.
I don't know. Basically, I would say just ignore the internal sound and just focus on your meditation object. Whether if you're walking, just focus on your steps or recite the mantra. When you sit, just watch your breath or recite the mantra. Don't pay attention to the sound, because I think the sound is equivalent to your thoughts. It's produced by your mind.
That's all,ท่านอาจารย์
Okay. Vince?
Okay, Vince first.
Hi, Ajahn. I think today I have a new understanding of 5 hindrances. And things like.
Excuse me.
Okay. I have a new understanding of 5 hindrances through your narration about Ajahn Man. That is in fact, I thought that 5 hindrances you can eradicate once and all for all, but it doesn't seem so. But since you are narrating Ajahn Man's one, that means there are different intensity of the 5 hindrances. And what are we be able to know how much we need to go to eradicate this maybe the 5 hindrances? Is there different intensity?
No, as far as the Ajahn Man is concerned, he has no hindrances. He only did it as an example for monks who still have hindrances, who still have laziness.
For us, then how do we understand hindrances more? That's what I'm asking.
Try to do your job. If you're not doing your job, then you're being disturbed. You've been overwhelmed by your defilements.
So that means if our path towards enlightenment is always surface around these 5 hindrances.
Well, when you reach the wisdom level, then you switch from the 5 hindrances to the 10 fetters as the object of your hindrances.
Seems like 5 hindrances is the first step to eradicate.
This when you develop jhana. The 5 hindrances is the one that blocks your advance to jhana. But once you have jhana, then you have the 10 fetters to block you to gain enlightenment.
Okay. Maybe I study that more.
There's 2 levels. The first level, the 5 hindrances is blocking your progress towards jhana or samadhi.
Right.
Once you have overcome the 5 hindrances, then you want to advance toward enlightenment, then you have the 10 fetters as the hindrance that prevent you from becoming enlightened.
Yeah, I get very interested in this. Thank you.
Okay. I think Siddhartha just raised his hand before, right?
Yes, I would like to make my understanding certain, following up your last instruction to EV. When we are trying to develop mindfulness and then the thought arises,
So we just ignore it instead of trying to erase it by using mantra. Is that correct?
No, you use mantra. You stick with your mindfulness object. You need to have something.
I see.
If you use mantra, you just keep on reciting the mantra and not pay attention to your thoughts.
I see. But does our intention to kill the thoughts, or just do it basically and ignoring the thoughts?
Ignoring the thought arise because you're not mindful. As soon as you become mindful, then the thought will disappear.
So basically, we stay with our mantra and then let the thought ceases by itself.
Yes. The stronger your mindfulness, then the thought will disappear.
And when we do the sitting, do we also do it like that?
Yes, sitting or standing or in any position. If you use mantra, you just keep focusing on your mantra and ignore everything else.
Okay. So we are not trying to suppress anything, just, we ignore.
Just try to develop mindfulness. Try to stay concentrated, and everything will disappear by themselves.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Tanajan.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Evie, again, one last question for you. Okay. You're prolonging this meeting. I'm just about to finish, and you got another question. So I'll give you the one last question for tonight. Okay. Can you unmute your microphone? Okay. You cannot unmute your microphone.
We lost her.
She disappeared from the screen.
We lost her already.
Okay.
William.
Hello, William. From London? Oh, no. I forgot where. From England, I know for sure. From England. William, can you hear me? Can you unmute your microphone?
I asked him to unmute. Can you hear us, William? I think he has a problem with. Okay. Can you hear us?
Sorry, just a minute.
Okay.
It's halfway through Zoom before I've kind of quite thought they were.
Can you speak louder?
Hi, Bunty. Thanks very much for inviting me. Can I come back later?
Well, we were about to finish with the meeting tonight.
Yes,
so
okay.
If you come back, you might not find us here.
I send you my veneration. Thank you very much, Bunty. I'll speak to you later.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, I think it's about time for us to call this meeting to an end. It's about 2 hours and 13 minutes, 14 minutes, I think, which is about the right time. Thank you very much for your participation. I hope this meeting will benefit you somewhat and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And I'll see you again next week. Goodbye for now.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Thank you, Tanajan.
Thank you, Tanajan.
Scared me.
Thank you,
Thank
Thank you.
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.